Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I'm your host, Saheem the Dream. I'm here with two special guests. You can introduce yourself. Yeah, I get nervous. Y'all been on here before.
What's good, man?
So I'm here with Anthony Cobbs and Sean Keith. Y'all playing around, man. Come on, man. Y'all playing. Why y'all playing, yo? All right.
What's up, man? All Elite Ant-Man, man. What's going on, man? AKA Kenny O'Thanos.
Dark Order 00.
All right. If you guys are checking this out live on Facebook, please share with your wrestling friends. Please drop a comment below as we begin to talk about our topics today. We will post your comments and we will respond to your comments. Also, if you were catching us live on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section below. I will post your comment right there and we will respond to your comments. All Out Part 3 happened last night. Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. I must say that this was definitely a very, very legendary pay-per-view. A lot of fans are saying it's their favorite of all time, like their best pay-per-view they've seen in a very long time. But this is definitely one for the history book. I have to say,
I'll go with that one. I'll definitely go with that.
Yeah, I go with one for the history books. Yeah,
definitely.
I was gonna say one I haven't seen. It was definitely. I would say for the history books, as far as surprises,
yeah,
predictable surprises. We kind of knew two out of three. Daniel Bryan, we were iffy on.
Yeah,
we knew Ruby and Adam.
Yeah, I knew Ruby. Yeah, I told Sean Ruby was coming.
But when I really look at the card and like every match, I'm like,
yeah.
Outside of Eddie and Miro, it was all right.
Maybe.
Hey, I'm gonna be real though. Eddie and Miro wasn't bad though. It really, actually was a good match. I didn't I didn't like Moxley and Kojima.
I like the ending though.
The ending I like, but the match I won't.
Yeah.
But I'm mad they keep giving him these old washed up New Japan wrestlers to fight. Bro.
Eddie and Miro was it lived up to what I thought it would be.
So I'm just mad they giving Moxley these old New Japan wrestlers to fight. Like,
I'll say this. Listen, I'll say this.
What he wants.
I say this. The era or what transpires after this will definitely determine the effect of this pay-per-view. Time, like this is one for the history books, but the time will tell, because as things pan out in the long haul and the effects of these wrestlers showing up and what transpires after this will actually determine how legendary. People are saying this is the best. You know what I'm saying? But I say it's legendary in the sense of like when, like when Hogan turned heel, or when, Daniel Bryan had the Yes WrestleMania, or Hogan like those moments, right? Exactly. So I'm looking at it like, let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is going to be a story somehow, some way, somewhere. Like, as far as what kind of damage or what kind of effect this has on WWE status completely.
I feel bad for guys like Hangman, because he's been fighting to be world champion, and now he took a break at the wrong time.
So, but and Javon commented on the post.
Right.
You know what I'm about to say? It's not. So you got to remember, they knew they've known at least a month about Daniel Bryan, at least a month. Adam Cole, I think he already knew.
I think they found out last week about Adam Cole. Right after that.
I don't think so.
Right after that match with O'Reilly, I think.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I meant to send it to you. I sent it to Vaughn. The little press conference he did after All Out last night.
Mm-hmm.
His mind was pretty made up. I think him talking to Vince and having those meetings, that was just a formality. I'm still working for the company. I'm gonna listen,
right?
But he said it in the joint last night. I mean, his best friends and me. I told y'all,
that's his best friends.
He said his girl is here. My best friends are here. Why not?
Wow.
Why not? I've been watching what they've been doing these last couple of years. Why not?
Less work schedule. AEW don't do house shows, right?
I don't even think before the pandemic they did. I don't think.
Less work schedule.
I thought they were.
Less work schedule, more pay.
I think the only house shows is really Dark and before it was just Dark. But most of the time Dark was the same night. They all traveled together.
Yeah, so look, he's getting paid. He's probably getting paid more or less shows, pay-per-views every other month.
He's working with his girl. He's working with his best friends again.
It's like, and he's getting more rest on his body because NXT they've been putting him through it, man. War games.
You know what's crazy? It was exactly what y'all said. He only extended his contract for Kyle O'Reilly because
to make Kyle look good, right?
Because of what they were doing, and he said him and Kyle were working a great program, and he didn't want to just stop it because his contract was up. That's why he added that extra time on there for him. It was more for Kyle than him.
I think Kyle's going to be next.
Yeah, he said he was gone. He only did that for Kyle.
Well, you see what y'all see what they're doing with NXT. They dissolving it and
they rebranding it. Well, the future looks good, but they need to happen right now.
That's why the UK Championship was defended on. Well, I mean, it was going to be defended on their pay-per-view anyway, but basically, they only going to keep a handful of those UK people for real.
Which
for
is
the most part, the rest of them are going to go back to Evolve. But most of them are gonna come to the US. They got some pretty good tag teams. You know, NXT's always had dope tag teams though.
I mean, so is Evolve like in partnership with WWE?
Yeah,
their farm system in a sense.
Yeah. It's like that when they had FCW, and all that.
Evolve is basically like the farm system in a sense. It is now.
It gets them ready for NXT basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So ready for NXT and NXT gets them ready for the main roster.
It airs on the network. They got Evolve on the network.
Yeah, every European wrestler has come from anybody that's a foreign wrestler outside of like some of the Japanese ones. They've come from Evolve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Cesaro went through Evolve.
Keith Lee.
Did he?
Yeah, Keith Lee's on the episode of Evolve.
Okay.
Oh, how about that?
When he first got cut from NXT, it's an old Keith Lee.
So let's get into this pay-per-view. Let's get into this pay-per-view. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna make my comment, and y'all can go ahead. I'm gonna make my comment. This is what I noticed. All right. So besides the surprises of Daniel Bryan, Ruby Riott, and Adam Cole, I'm gonna say this. I've noticed in the match between Jericho and MJF, Kenny Omega and Christian, and who was the other one? CM Punk and Darby. I've noticed that all the young guys carried Darby carried CM Punk, MJF carried Jericho, and Christian and Omega carried Christian. And I'm just like watching. I'm like, yo, these guys are carrying. I'm like, to me, that was a down point. But the high point of it in CM Punk's match was that Darby got me as a fan. I'm interested in seeing more of Darby's work. Darby's the truth. Darby's the truth.
Yeah, I think Punk did that to make Darby because he knew the world was watching. I think Punk could have did more, but I think he was barely focused on Darby.
I think with that being his first match back, is that it's knocking that ring rust off. I get him not having any matches prior to this one. But now I do want to see him get this ring a little more. Like even if he's doing a dark or elevation, I'm cool with that. Like I just need him, beat up a nobody. I just need you to knock that ring rust off.
Yeah.
At this point now, and it was just like that with him. Like Jericho, if you've really been watching Jericho the last year, anybody he's had a match with, they've pretty much carried him in the last year.
And that was the thing about his match between MJF. I felt like MJF should have won.
But that lion salt was the first time he hit the lion salt. That was beautiful.
Yeah, he hit that. Yeah, he hit that smooth.
Because the other lion salt.
He almost died.
I was like, Jericho, take it easy.
Slow down there, buddy.
Word. It's like, oh man, that was the slowest lion salt I've ever seen in my life.
You know what?
I don't know how a body can move so slow with it.
I really enjoyed the Britt Baker and Statlander match. That was
good. Britt Baker.
Okay. I didn't catch that one.
Hey, Statlander showed exactly why she was where she is.
She is strong as hell, yo.
Yo, she really is though. She really is, and she can, like, up until last night, she was 18-0 since she came back from her injury. So,
so how do you guys feel about CM Punk's new apparel?
We gotta forget he's not in his,
what is
in his 30s no more, man. Them legs probably look. He's not in his 30s no more. So
he's a little more tatted up now too, man. I noticed that he got a lot. He had a lot, but he's got I can tell there's more tattoos and stuff now. I mean,
his upper body look great. His arms look bigger.
Yeah, he looked like he's. And I told y'all that in the chat when he came out last night. If the last time we saw CM Punk shirtless was UFC CM Punk.
Yeah, right.
And he was frail.
Yeah, he was real small. He had to trim down that weight.
Yeah, he looks even bigger than he was when he was with WWE, for real. Right. He looks healthier. He definitely is healthier. So
it does look healthier.
I like the pants look though. The pants look something new,
Yo, Ant, come on, for real? You like
the pants? Like when Hogan switched the pants,
Yeah, but he had the thunder on the side. He had the black and purple and blue tie-dye.
He's a simple guy, man. He's a simple guy, man. Some stars and a couple fists, he'd be all right.
I was like, what is CM Punk doing in the ring with these workout pants? So I was like, what is he doing? He's like, this ain't a aerobics class. Like, it's a wrestling match, bro.
But he really made Darby look good, though.
He did, yo. I
was very surprised by that.
You know what's crazy, bro? The one name out of everybody that, when they come to AEW and they're like, yo, everybody is praising the young stars, especially Darby and Jungle Boy. Adam Cole was saying that last night. He was like, yo, two of the people that I'm really looking forward to being in the ring with is Darby and Jungle Boy. And you know what's crazy? It's the same thing Daniel Bryan said. He was like, yo, he said, I feel the way Punk feels. I'm looking forward to beating up. This is exactly what he said. I'm looking forward to beating up on these young guys because they have a lot of talent here. And he's big on the indies.
Yeah.
Like Daniel Bryan loves the indies. And the fact that he came from the indies, he feels what their growth. So I honestly, even if WWE only does this much to come up, it's still a great time in wrestling, man. Like,
it's gotten even better.
Yeah, it's not a bad time at all. Like, it's competition. It's always going to be competition, but
it wasn't competition for years.
I think, but see, that's why for years, honestly, WWE has always been bleh. Especially if you really look at Raw. Raw have its moments where it was like up, but for the most part, it was coasting because we didn't have nothing else to watch. TNA went through a period of bleh up until recently. Mm-hmm. I was watching Ring of Honor a little bit in New Japan when I could catch it, but it was mostly you had nothing but WWE now. So to actually have choices now is good. I just need Raw. Raw is the only problem. It's not SmackDown. It's literally just Raw.
Raw has a lot of issues.
NXT is great. SmackDown is great. Raw is just
especially with the new talent that's coming through NXT. The future gonna be all right for NXT. They might be the reason why WWE don't go out of business.
Well, I mean, I think prior to that, I think NXT has been the reason why. WWE, one of the reasons why they held a lot of ratings because it was like when Raw and SmackDown wasn't giving us what we were looking for, NXT was giving us that and much more, man. Like it was just amazing, NXT really held us down. Definitely at a dark time. But I definitely would like to say that out of that whole all-out pay-per-view, my favorite match was definitely Darby and CM Punk. That was my favorite match.
For real?
Really?
You didn't like the loot? Oh, you didn't see the Lucha Bros?
I didn't get to see it.
Okay.
Man,
he's like, okay, you mind going?
Yeah. That's why I was like, hold on, what? No, that tag match was.
I hate the Young Bucks.
You hate the Young Bucks?
Yeah, for what they do to Jordans, I hate what they do. I hate them, yo.
What was they wearing?
They had the Travis Scott ones with thumbtacks on the bottom of.
So they started the match with the shattered backboards on, with some custom shattered backboards, and then near the end, they
switched shoes. Matt switched shoes.
Matt switched one shoe to the Travis Scott's, and it had thumbtacks at the bottom. He went hardcore. It was fire. I think that, but you know what's crazy?
That sequence with Matt and with the older brothers, power bombing the younger brothers on this. That sequence was crazy. Bro. That sequence was crazy.
I was watching their press conference, the Lucha Brothers press conference after last night too. And they said this. You know what's crazy? They said their best matches have been against or with the Young Bucks.
Yeah, look at the last match they had at All Out.
2019 from the first one.
Yeah, for the Triple H title.
He says if Raw and SmackDown made the matches a little more entertaining, I might get back into it.
And especially if they didn't have the same matches every week.
I was about to say that. Yeah, if I'm not watching the same people fight every week on Raw.
Every week, same bookings.
The same bookings, and they might switch the winner this time. Like, oh no, this time you're gonna win.
Right.
That's about it.
It's like you're wondering who's working. Like, and nobody want to wrestle. Like,
word. And they got so much talent backstage. It's like, why can't y'all just switch up the feud? It's like Bobby Lashley's the world champion, but Bobby Lashley's champion. He's had 6 title defenses, and all 6 title defenses was against Drew McIntyre. It's like, did he really defend the belt? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it doesn't really feel legitimate. I mean, even though
now it's time to just let
competitors now, but
it's time to just let whoever wants to be on what show, just let it happen for ratings.
Yeah,
for WWE, I think it's just like,
he's gonna have to at this point he's gonna have to listen to Triple H and Shawn. He's gonna have to step down, Triple H and Shawn, because I feel like, and I always felt like this, and I'm quite sure we all feel the same way, is that if Triple H, Stephanie, and Shane was running things, none of this stuff would never happen. Adam Cole would have never left. Bray would have never got released. They probably would have looked at whoever. I forgot the guy's name, Amir Khan, whatever his name is. They'd be like, "You're crazy." They probably
Triple H was gonna come close to signing Omega, yo. When Omega was a free agent, he was close to signing. But I think it was Vince that's like, nah.
Oh, so Triple H was close to signing him.
Yeah, he was talking about signing Omega, like he wanted Omega bad, like. He was saying basically whatever Omega wants, I would give it to him.
At one point, the Bucks were coming back too.
Yeah,
I heard that too. I heard about that as well.
But
that's like around. That's like sort of like around the same time Cody was in the Independents, and that's when they kind of like got together and just
said, and then they did the first All In pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. That was right around that time.
The rest is history from there. That All In pay-per-view set up for everything right now.
Yeah, if All In didn't work, they would have been NXT. The Bucks would have been in NXT if All In didn't work.
Damn, I never thought I never really sat and thought about it though. If All In would have failed, would they still have went forward with AEW?
No.
Ethan Wick says they enjoy creative freedom a little too much.
Who? WWE? I don't see no creative freedom in WWE.
Young Bucks, Omega, and
That's the only problem. Ethan right about that. That's the only problem.
I know, Jamal, I'm gonna say you're not a huge fan of wrestlers having too much creative, but I was watching everything last night, and you were right. A lot of stuff doesn't get okayed until Tony okays it. Regardless of the Bucks being EVPs, Omega being an EVP, even Cody. If Tony don't say yes, it don't happen. And he was saying he didn't say those words exactly last night, but he basically that's kind of what he was saying. Like, that was the one thing everybody's always said that they love about Tony. He's still a wrestling fan. And he's been a fan for so long, but they said he has one of the greatest wrestling minds. And
he don't treat it like he the boss. He act like a fan, really.
And he's like he's one of them. That's the beauty of it. It's like when you have a boss that is attainable.
Yeah.
Compared to like we've all worked for these different corporations, and you've never even probably met the guy who owns the company.
Yeah.
Like with WWE, I'm pretty sure they see Vince sparingly.
Well,
maybe
now unless you're working like the regular shows, because I know that they say he's always in the gorilla room, like in the gorilla section. They say he's always there. They said he's been there.
Cool, Vince, right?
Yeah, since the 70s, since he took over, he's been there every night. He's at every Raw, he's at every SmackDown, every NXT, he's at everything.
I didn't see him at the Royal Rumble one
he's
though.
Definitely gonna be at. He's definitely gonna be at NXT now.
Yeah, that's crazy that he's gonna have more. Why? Triple H been doing fine.
Exactly why?
You're gonna tell the difference the day he starts back there. You're literally gonna be able to tell the difference on the show.
Yeah, like I feel like he's gonna bring Lars Sullivan back.
Oh Jesus! Ethan Wick says he understands how much people put effort into creating their gimmicks. He's not really into giving someone fart gimmicks because he thinks it'll be good for TV. Interesting. I mean, but I think that's one of the best ways to kind of view wrestling as being part of the product, but being a fan of the product, because then you can always see what's missing, what needs to be added, versus you just having this total control and you just have this dictatorship and be like Vince and you're blind to everything else. But like Triple H and Shawn and Regal, like guys who really tap into the wrestling world all around, like they knew who Finn was, they know who Omega is, they knew who Samoa Joe is, they knew who Rude was. So when those guys got brought in, they knew who they were. That's why they would utilize the way they would utilize NXT in such that capacity. He respected what they built prior to coming in. But Vince is like, to me, you got to prove yourself. I don't know what you
always hated it, whatever. And I personally have always hated it. I feel like for certain people, it's stupid. When you got, luckily with AJ, he knew with AJ. Nah, I can't put him on NXT. Nah.
Yeah. But my thing that would have been crazy. Yeah, that would have been.
But my thing is, you should have had that same respect with Joe, because in my opinion, Joe and AJ coming into WWE outside of what AJ did in New Japan, were here. They were together. They were level. They built TNA. They were like the way Sting was with WCW, the way Taker was with WWE. They put TNA on their back and those two and carried TNA for years.
Yeah,
years. So I just feel like certain people coming in, and AEW is doing the same. They know the history with certain people, and with respecting them, they're giving, just like with Ruby. Ruby went in that Rumble, that Battle Royal last night. She's gonna beat Britt Baker and she's gonna get the title.
You think so?
I'm gonna send you the press conference. I think so. It's not gonna be immediate though. It's not gonna be immediate. Her title match isn't gonna be like on a Rampage or something in a week. It's gonna be a build up to it.
What do you think, New York? Nah, too soon.
It's gonna be a pay-per-view.
So what about their next pay-per-view is not till November?
It's going to be a pay-per-view.
So what about the black girl they were building? What about the black girl they were building?
Yeah, Jade Cargill. I hate how they did her last
night. Can't wrestle, bro. She's still, and I love her. I love the way she looks, but she still can't wrestle. Her wrestling is getting better. It's definitely getting better.
She's athletic as hell, yo.
Yeah, that's the only thing. She's very, very athletic.
She's gonna be better than Bianca Belair.
I think so.
So she's still developing.
Her next feud is going to be with Nyla, because of Nyla throwing her out last night.
Nyla shouldn't even be wrestling with women. We're not even going to get there started with that.
Right. That's a whole nother. Yeah, I was just like, what is happening?
I hate that. Her testosterone levels is way too high.
Where Ethan Wick says she's just a female Goldberg.
All right, I don't
know, because that comment sounded sort of like I don't know, Ethan. I don't know what you mean by a female goal. You mean like, because I don't
3-minute matches and she's done.
No, forget it. I'm gonna leave it alone.
She does have quick matches.
You're talking about quick matches. That's what Ethan does. Yeah.
And then Goldberg was known for being a little stiff in the ring, but not as stiff as the Warrior though.
Yeah, she's not stiff. She's athletic.
Yeah, she does some moves and stuff, but They're building her as a powerhouse because she's cut up, she's muscle. So they're building her as a powerhouse.
Okay, so that's
she has squash matches.
Just squash matches.
Even the matches that they're building up for her to kind of like be like, oh, this is a challenge. It's been like, she's undefeated still.
I mean, but wrestling we need that again. Like, I mean, they did. I feel like in my opinion, as far as my favorite undefeated wrestler was Asuka. Like, she was my favorite because of just her all around ring ability, her mind as being like an intellect, like her ring IQ is how she uses that.
You didn't like Umaga's undefeated run?
Huh?
You didn't like Umaga's undefeated run?
No,
you know what? I like Umaga's undefeated streak, but I just hated the way that they I hated the fact that he didn't win the title behind it. Like, that should have been built to a title win. I felt like Umaga should have been a person who should have rivaled with John Cena, and that was my issue with the era at that time, was that John Cena was just OP. Like, every time somebody seemed like a worthy competitor to be built as a formidable opponent to like a major pay-per-view, he always squashed them before, or they just had like a brief feud before pay-per-view and he just squashed them at the pay-per-view, but it was never longevity. Like, it was never someone that was a legitimate threat until like CM Punk and Danny Bryan. You know what I'm saying? So he put them over. Or Triple H and Randy. Those like the only people, really.
Yeah, I understand that. What you hated? What do you hated?
Yeah, what did you hate?
Umaga?
He said she's 12-0.
Oh, 12-0.
12-0.
I think he told me he hated Umaga's run.
He probably hated Umaga's run.
Or he probably hated that they didn't give him the title. He probably was agreeing with you.
Yeah, so let's talk about this, right? Because you briefly touched on it. You guys both mentioned it, right? Will younger talent be overshadowed? And this, I'm gonna just make the statement. You guys can go. I'm gonna make the statement. You know what? I thought like when Jericho got the title, it made sense. AEW put the title on Jericho rather than putting it on Adam Page because Chris Jericho was hot at the time when he came there. Chris Jericho was in a
bigger name.
He was a big name. He was a big name also, and also it was like, you would do for this world championship reign. Like, you would do for it. Like, the due that you should have gotten WWE, we're going to give you a due. So it was very well respected. Then after Jericho, we had Moxley. I thought they were going to go to either Cody or Omega, but they went to Moxley. Then it goes to Omega. So Omega is number 3. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they didn't skip over Omega. And now it's just like the other people, like, to me, people I'm looking at are Cody, Page, and Pac. Those are the people I look at as far as possible.
If they have Pac lose to Andrade Friday, it's gonna. I feel,
and I mean in the future sense, like those are world champions I see in the future. But more so, the more closest you guys were mentioning, it was like you were saying, Sean, Hangman Page, that they were trying to put the belt on him at All Out.
Yeah, it was slated for him to win it All Out, but because of his wife being pregnant, and a lot of people feel like with all this new talent coming in, that it's gonna push him to the back of the line. I don't think so. I think the plans are still the same. It may take a little longer, but the plans are still the same. I know it's not going to be, hey, as soon as he comes back, boom, belt right back on him. It's going to rebuild that story with him and Omega right back up going into it.
I think Daniel Bryan stopped that because I think he's gonna beat Omega.
Of course, he was talking about it in his press conference last night.
He's gonna be champion at the next pay-per-view.
He said he's actually excited to wrestle Omega because he said he wrestled him back in, I think,
Ring of Honor. It was in Ring of Honor.
07 or 09, something like
Kenny's
that.
first match in Ring of Honor.
And he said he actually wants to wrestle him because he said he can see the growth that he's had since then.
Yeah, I've seen that match. I was watching that match not too long ago on YouTube.
Bobby and Cena. All right, Ethan Wick says the fact that WWE builds people up just to squash them. Cena. Ethan Wick says they did the same thing with Bobby and Cena. Yeah, I hated that match.
Yeah, that first match. Yeah, that match between them was crazy, right?
Yeah. Josue says Punk and Daniel Bryan wants to build up the younger talent. So, okay, so because eventually they're gonna have to put that belt on Punk or Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I don't think Punk gonna want the belt.
Yeah, I don't even I feel like I watched one of the interviews where he said that's not even his focus. He's not. I mean, eventually the fans. I mean,
yeah, the fans are gonna ask for it.
Yeah, if you listen to the fans, eventually him or Daniel Bryan, from the fan standpoint, they're gonna want them to have the belt. The one thing that everybody's worried about is like it says, will the younger talent be overshadowed?
Yeah.
We all are wrestling fans and know, even in a loss, a wrestler could be put in the biggest light because of who they're wrestling and the type of match they have. That's just like with
Stone Cold's a big example of that. And then Bret Hart.
Look at little Dante Martin right now. The light-skinned one that was in the
from Kid and Play, yeah.
But look at
Kid and Play.
Even in a losing effort in that, even though they lost, him and the Sydals lost that match. From that match, everybody was talking about Dante Martin. Nobody was talking about the Bucks. Nobody was talking about Omega. They were talking about Dante Martin. And it's like, even in a loss, you can still put your talent over. You know what I mean? It's not just coming out like they did with Becky coming back with Bianca and just beating the holy shit out of her.
Yeah.
And the match is over in 29 seconds.
Yeah.
Worst decision ever.
Ethan Wick says
top flight. Thank you, Ethan. I always forget their name.
Wait, Martin and Sydal the tag team now?
No. Top flight is Dante Martin and his older brother. His brother's hurt right now.
Yeah,
so
I think
he's been going on his singles run.
Right.
You know, I think, but I definitely believe that. I definitely don't think that Page is on the back burner because again, like Jericho said, Jericho is very Jericho. Okay, so matter of fact, all right, I'm gonna just make my statement and ask this question. Because I know Jericho's very well aware of the state that whatchamacallit's in, the state that it's a state that WCW was in, and he knows that in order to keep AEW going, they have to build top talent, they have to build good talent, and if they don't build any good talent, then AEW is going to suffer the same fate as WCW, where they're relying on older guys to carry the business, so they get all old and injured, and then be scrambling at the last minute, which is what WWE is doing right now, because WWE could have built. No matter of fact, WWE had the keys to the kingdom. You had Rude, you have Samoa Joe, you had Velveteen Dream, you had Cole,
Bryant.
You got who else?
Daniel Bryan, Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt. They had all this great talent, and some were utilized in some good moments, some were not utilized in some moments. Some they could have been there and could have been used as good new talent and could have literally given AEW, put a chokehold on AEW.
You can even throw Rusev's name in there.
Who's that?
Miro.
Right.
You could throw his name in there too.
Yeah. Right. And they had it. Like they had those people. And it's like because the lack of how they were really using their talent, it really caused them to be in this place of like creative, now they're scrambling to now make new talent. And now AEW is acquiring this talent, like, because you know what? Because to me, out of all three people who just came, besides Punk, the biggest threat, in my opinion, is Adam Cole, because he's young. He's young.
I say Black more. I say Black more than him.
I was the Black. Well, yeah. Black too. Black as well.
I think Cole says
best pay-per-view ever. Was that?
Andrade might be the best. Might be the most scariest, to be honest. But my problem with Andrade right now is it's giving me everything he just left WWE from doing. He's had one match.
Yeah, he's only had one match.
One AEW match, and the match was good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's had AAA matches, and then he's wrestled just AEW wise. He hasn't. Pac is his second AEW match.
And that match with him and Omega wasn't even all that.
G-Star says,
Omega
I don't
carries.
think younger talent will be overshadowed. I think AEW will build the brand first with Punk, Bryan, etc., and then focus on younger talent later.
Nah, I think they're focusing on younger talent now.
Yeah, it's gonna be
because look, Punk and Bryan, and they don't got that many years left in them.
She was.
Selena she was. Yeah, Chabo's too WCW for me. He still think this is Nitro.
Ethan Wick says Vega was a better mouth for Andrade.
But with that younger talent comment, I don't think they're gonna overshadow them. I think they about to build them now because Punk and Bryan don't got that many years left in them. Christian don't got that many years left in them. Yeah, Jericho's probably down to months.
Yeah.
So days. I think
to me, I think Jericho's down to days. I thought last night was supposed to be his last night.
it was this close.
Like, why is he here? I mean, no, not why is he here, but I'm just like, yo, I'm like, Jericho, you need to hang it up. I thought Jericho was going to lose.
I can't see him going out to MJF. Not yet. He hasn't established himself as the guy to put Jericho out. Nah, I want to see Jericho out on his own.
Who do you think his last match should be against?
Punk.
Why Punk though?
Because they owe us a rematch.
Oh, you talking about from that WrestleMania?
Yeah.
That was fire.
I can see
that was one of my favorite CM Punk matches. That was fire.
I can see
they owe us that. I just want to see him go out on his own. Like,
I don't know. I can see Jericho and Sting too. Just that WCW
team. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that being the last one too.
Okay.
I got a question. I do have a question for you.
Or Omega. Him and Omega again would be all right.
Watching that, I don't know if you watched the joints I sent you on, but listening to Daniel Bryan, right? I can tell when he's done with his AEW run, however long he signed for, like I don't see him finishing there. He's definitely going back to WWE and finishing. Mm-hmm. Do you see anybody else going back from the recent signings?
Jericho.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Just because he was on the podcast with Stone Cold and he's talking about the relationship he had with Vince, I'd see him coming back for one more WrestleMania moment. I don't know against who.
Honestly,
maybe against Seth. That would be great.
As much as Punk talk shit, I can see Punk coming back for one more match.
Nah,
I can. For Hall of Fame purposes,
Vince-wise, I don't think Vince is gonna let him in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Vince won't be there.
He's gonna Bam Bigelow him, man.
Nah, Vince is gonna do it.
Vince isn't even gonna have control at that point, though. Because honestly, I give Vince less than 5 years.
What, to live?
I don't wish death on anybody.
Oh, I was about to say what?
I don't speak death on anybody. I think as far as taking control of the company. Now, if God decides it's his time, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. It won't off me. But I think he got about less than 5 as far as control of the company.
G-Star says Bryan is definitely going back because he never badmouthed WWE like Punk.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying.
But Punk never badmouthed them. He just spoke the truth.
Right, Ethan. That's what I was saying.
Right.
He just spoke the truth. Punk never badmouthed them. He spoke the truth.
I mean, he spoke his truth, though. I can never be mad at somebody. That's just like with Mox. You can't be mad at somebody for speaking their truth about how they felt of why they left.
It's not bad, mother. He just said what a lot of people wasn't gonna say.
A lot of people are afraid to say. Like Moxie said, creative was ass. I don't care how much money you were throwing at me. I'm done.
Okay, all right. So I don't know. Did you guys have you guys been reading any articles lately? This one is for this article right here. I especially picked out.
I've been reading Meltzer. That's about it. Dave Meltzer. That's about it.
I picked this article out for Ethan and Ant. They're the first two guys that came to mind.
The last article I read was about Vince having a panic attack about a creative meeting tonight or something like that.
All right, so there's an article out, right, where CM Punk talks about a particular producer backstage who was a part of the hindrance of certain, like not the hindrance of certain talent, but in other words, saying that this person was racist. Here we go. Got it. I'm going to just read this article real quick. CM Punk says WWE producers that didn't get him were 65 and racist. This is what Punk is saying. So I don't know if you got. Let me just read a little bit of it because in an appearance on Oral Sessions with Renee Parquette, AEW star CM Punk talked about his time working on WWE backstage at Fox, a move he does believe contributed to his return to wrestling with AEW. Punk spoke fondly of his time with the show, one that he only did because it was associated with Fox more than WWE. This is what Punk says. I don't think. I think doing the Fox show with you, honestly, I hadn't spoken to you since I left. Probably rekindled a friendship and was kind of the gateway to opening up the possibility in my head that wrestling could be an option. Punk said. I don't know where in the timeline AEW kind of started or launched during the Fox thing because all right, so hold on a second. Let me just skip to what he says.
I remember what I watched. I watched. I remember what he was talking about.
All right. He says, I don't know where in that was. I don't know when in that I was going. I'm sorry. I don't know when in that I was doing the Fox thing, but the Fox thing was too good to be true. It was great because people legitimately were like, "Oh, you went back to WWE?" No, I went to Fox. It's amazing that people in the real world treat people in the real world treat human beings. Fox flew to Milwaukee, yada yada yada. I'm just trying to get to the part where he makes the comment. Okay. Wow, they really put a big chunk in here. I guess I should have like cut off all the fat. But all right, let me get to this. All right, I came up around a lot. I came up. All right. So okay, here we go. My perspective is I came up in a place that was a Shark Tank full of bullies that were protecting their spot. Punk said, and it wasn't about what was good or bad or right or wrong. It was what I did was always bad and always wrong. And there were people who ran the show who told me to my face, I don't get it. And I'd be like, well, then what the F are we doing? Because if I'm in developmental and to liken it to playing triple A ball, I want to make it to the major leagues. And if I'm hitting home runs and I'm the home run king in the triple A ball, and I get called up to the major leagues, and the guy on the team on the team with me has the most home runs, tells me this sounds I don't know. All right, blah 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 blah. All right, da, 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 da. All right. Anyway, I came up around a lot of that, but I think that also makes me a cycle breaker. Kofi Kingston's first day on the road, I was like, "Hey, you're riding with me." He was like, "Okay, great," because I got there and I was picked on. I was already a grown man, and I had these other grown men picking on me, and I was like, "Why is this like high school?" But that's the culture. That's what they want. We want you guys to fight, and we want you guys to want his spot. And I never wanted anybody's spot. I wanted my own spot. Never got to the point. Let me see. I'm trying to find this part where he says to 65 in races. But anyway, you guys get the point.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there.
I could see them making fun of Punk backstage because it's he don't drink, he don't smoke and shit like stuff like that. And he probably didn't hang out with a lot of guys because of that too.
Yeah.
So I could see them throwing in like little high school jokes and stuff like that with him because his lifestyle was straight edge. They probably thought, "Oh, you're so perfect. You think you're so perfect." I could see stuff like that going on. Like, "Oh, you think you're so perfect if you don't drink?" Stuff like that. Yeah. I could see that happening in Punk. In WWE, yeah, I could see that happening.
D-Star says CM Punk sounds a little salty.
A lot of those guys, when you hear stories about them, you hear nothing about. Every story starts off when we was at the bar, or strip club, or stuff like that. Like even Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson was like the biggest drunk in wrestling.
I believe it. I believe it.
I believe it though. Yeah, they said Shawn was like one of the biggest bill boxers.
He felt personal about that when they was in WCW and came out dressed as the Four Horsemen, and he came out with the cooler and he was talking about drinking beer all the time. Arn Anderson was pissed.
Oh wow.
His wife was pissed. It was his wife that was pissed.
Oh wow.
He told Arn what he was going to do before he came out. And then Arn was okay with it. But as soon as he went out there and then he came back, he said he came backstage and he thought Arn was going to try to swing one off on him. And he's like, "Yo, we just talked about it before I went out. Now you're mad." But yeah, that's another situation. But yeah, I could see them doing that to Punk.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. they bullied, like The Rock got bullied by Shawn and Triple H.
Yeah, The Rock, because the way he looked.
It was mostly Shawn. He said it was just people was like Shawn was a jerk, like, and but that's
everybody said that.
Punk mentioned that he mentioned. I mean, not just Punk, but other wrestlers mentioned like.
Yeah, but look what Shawn The Rock was working with though. The Rock was working with pilled up Shawn. You know.
Yeah, that is true. That was the worst, and everybody said that was probably the worst Shawn anybody had ever met.
Undertaker hated him then, and Taker loves everybody.
But Hurricane Helm said that Shawn was no better.
I heard that story about him and this and that. It don't sound too believable because that was like good Shawn. That was like rehab Shawn and all that, like praying to God Shawn. The stuff he was saying sounds like I'm gonna take my what he said. I lost my smile, Shawn. That's what that sounds like. The stuff he was talking about. Like it reminded me of I lost my smile, Shawn, and I'm gonna pop these pills and go home.
Hmm. Yeah,
like,
man. I mean, yeah,
but I believe what The Rock was saying, though. Like what The Rock was saying, I definitely believe that. Like The Rock was a cornball. Come on, when he first came in. To be honest, I mean, he was a cornball.
He was the pineapple head.
He had the fanny pack. Like, come on, the fanny pack.
The little patch. J. McMahon
was a cornball, man.
He was. He definitely was.
He lucky Nash wasn't there when he came in. He probably would have got bullied worse.
Was Nash a bully? I don't think Nash was a bully.
I think Nash was a bully.
They say Nash was young.
Nash doesn't bite his tongue for nobody.
Oh wow.
If you follow him on Instagram, like watch his comments, how he comments under wrestlers' posts, Nash does not bite his tongue for nobody.
Well, he had cancer too, right? He had cancer. Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. He ain't biting his tongue. He ain't biting his tongue.
Nash is ruthless, bro.
Yeah, word. But I didn't know he was that bad though.
Yeah, Nash was bad. He doesn't bite his tongue. He's not bad. He just don't bite his tongue.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell you how he feels.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I always like honesty. But I mean, as long as you're not using the honesty to belittle people and cut people down and just point people's flaws just to make you feel like you're better than somebody.
Yeah.
Ethan Wick says, if it wasn't for Paul sticking out for Punk, he would have been an afterthought.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Punk is always
heard about Paul. Yeah, D-Star says the Clique back in the day, all bullies.
Not all of them. No, I didn't hear nothing bad about Hall.
Yeah, I heard nothing bad about Hall. The only thing people said about Triple H, the only person that said anything bad about Triple H when he was with the Clique was The Rock. And The Rock was like he would just like they used to joke on him, whatever. The Rock said The Rock said his main issue was with Shawn and how he dealt with his mother. And he said something racist and did something racist to his moms. And Rock was like, "Yo, not my moms." He said that's why I'll never wrestle a match with him because he was like, I'm not gonna make money with you. I'm not gonna put money in your pocket because The Rock and Shawn is a big payday. You know what I'm saying? So The Rock was like, I ain't putting money in your pocket. Like, that's my mom. Like, you can't disrespect my mother and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Ethan says, even on the best of the world CM Punk DVD, you can see the tension between Triple H and the blonde dude. Woo.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot who that dude's name, man.
Cool.
Damn.
He said the best in the world DVD.
CM Punk's DVD with WWE.
Yeah. He said
Paul Heyman saved a lot of dudes, man.
What blonde dude, Ethan?
A lot of dudes need to thank Paul Heyman.
Oh, he old school.
I think he's talking about. Now you're not talking about Michael P.S. Hayes, right?
Michael Hayes he was a jerk. He's a jerk. I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like Michael Hayes.
I know people that have met him in person have said that too.
I don't like him either, and I don't think the Freebirds is legendary or none of that. Like,
yeah, word.
Yeah, see, Michael. I knew it was Michael P.S. Yeah, him and Hunter. I never seen them in the same. I never seen them in the Gorilla Room together.
Yeah, I don't think Hunter probably like him, but that's one thing about Triple H. Like, one thing I've noticed, Triple H is very much open to culture. So I don't think Triple H would be that kind of guy that I would say what Michael said. But Triple H to me has always been open to culture. Like, but nah, I don't. But anyway, I don't want to get off the topic. Comment from Ethan Wiki says one of the number one stooges for trying to bury Punk. Oh wow.
Yeah, Michael Hayes was trying to bury Punk. Yeah.
So what's this about? No more NXT UK.
Yeah, they disbanding it. It's over.
Yep.
And I think that was horrible. They got great crowds, man. Even though I can hardly understand what they're saying, but they got great crowds.
So what are they doing with the NXT talent? I mean the UK NXT UK talent. They just bringing them over to NXT.
Well, some of them, and then I think the rest, like Sean said, the rest will probably go to Evolve, or the rest might go sign to TNA or something. You never know what's gonna happen with them.
Yeah. New Japan. I mean, they're still in the UK, so.
Yeah,
Ethan says that didn't they get rid of Japan as well? Yeah, they did too. I read that one. I read
Japan. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're they're scouting with New Japan Wrestling. I think it's over, which sucks.
He's saying, D-Star says NXT is not creating any stars.
Yes, they are. You see who they just signed?
I don't think UK was really creating a lot of stars.
Yeah,
as many as they thought. But if you think about it, we got
besides Tony Storm.
I was gonna say we got Rhea Ripley, we got Tony Storm,
Pete Dunne.
Guy-wise, we got
Pete Dunne,
Mustache
Mountain.
Yeah, so I mean, I ain't gonna say they didn't. Maybe not as a high rate as the regular NXT, but hey man, don't do that. Mustache Mountain was a fire tag.
Come on. Jungle Boy, Mustache Mountain. Oh my God. Come on, y'all.
Leave it to me, right?
Hey, man, don't do that, man.
Oh man, I mean,
Mustache
but
Mountain, man.
You can wrestle. These names, man, but it's funny, man.
I'd rather be named Jurassic Express than Mustache Mountain.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you that. Yeah.
Ethan Wick says majority of them from Stardom.
That's the UK Wrestling League, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, D-Star says NXT is not creating any stars that are mega stars. That's what he's trying to say.
What, like right now, or just in general?
I mean, has NXT created mega stars? What was the last mega star they got?
Kevin Owens.
No, he was already that. NXT didn't really help that.
Yeah, he was already big in the end.
And I can't say Finn because I personally think Finn was big.
I don't know then. I can't answer that.
Maybe the Shield. The Shield probably was like the last ones that came, mega stars that came.
Yeah,
Wyatt family. Well, not the Wyatt family.
The Wyatts came before. Yeah, they came before the Shield.
What about Big E? Big E was before the Shield too.
Right, Big E.
So that's why I said
Big E got the briefcase.
The Shield probably was the last ones that were mega stars.
Yeah,
I gotta run real quick. I read that.
Being mega stars.
Right. I'm trying to think who. I'm trying to think. There's got to be somebody that's on the roster
that didn't have a name before they got the NXT. Nah, that became as far as the guys.
What about Enzo and Cass?
Well, I mean, because megastars. They were big, but they
were stars.
They had one of the best. Definitely, they had one of the best pops for a Raw debut ever.
Oh, they did.
They
definitely did. I still don't think they were megastars.
They were there. They were almost there. They were like on that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
If Enzo want to creep, they would have been there.
Yeah, I think the question is are the people who are stars being booked properly to get the opportunity to be mega stars? You know what I'm saying?
Like, question too.
Because I mean, hey, NXT has great talent. That's not a question. It's just are they being booked? Are they getting the opportunity to be?
It's when they go to the main roster. It's like,
and to me, UK was the same way. I just don't think. I think once the network dissolved in a sense and went to Peacock, and then the pandemic, I think that didn't help. That didn't help UK a lot because, like I told y'all, I honestly started once the network was gone. I really forgot all about UK.
What, UK?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Walter, I would have totally forgot about it.
And then the fact that you had a champ that was a champ for almost 3 years.
Right.
And had like 4 matches in 3 years.
D-Star said Rollins and Ambrose. I'm sorry, Ethan. All right, let me start off with Ethan. Ethan says, please don't say Roman Reigns as NXT star. D Star says Rollins and Ambrose were big already in the Indies.
Ambrose definitely, yeah, they were.
Roman is big because of his family.
Because a lot of people didn't know who he was when he first came out.
Yeah, I know who Roman was. Either.
Nobody didn't know. I didn't know he was an Uso. I didn't know.
Ethan Wick says it's McMahon's fault for not getting behind what's already a movement.
Exactly. Because if you want to say Roman's big of his family, and Nia's related to them, and Nia's not getting no push. Tamina been related to them. She just got a push. Like,
right. She just and she been like wrestling for like what? 12 years or something like that.
She debuted with the Usos.
Yeah, right. So and the Usos been there for like a decade, right?
At least.
Nah, not yet. Has it been already?
It's been about 10.
Damn, time's fly.
At the minimum, it's been about 10.
Right. It has to be, right? Because the Usos debuted in like 2010, right?
I know they debuted and they attacked. Did they attack the Dudleys?
I remember when they debuted. I can't remember who they attacked.
It was somebody with a woman's manager they attacked. They debuted on Raw.
Because I remember to me,
that's when they was out of shape. They had a little stomach and all that then.
Who the Usos?
Yeah, that's when they was out of shape.
Yeah, that's when they were bigger. Yeah, they're a little bigger. But I remember when Tamina debuted with them. And
she debuted with them, and nobody knew what was going on. The crowd got quiet. Like,
yeah, it's been about 10 because that was 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
Time flies.
It's like,
but yeah. I don't know, man. No more UK. I don't know. I think that once again, Vince panicking.
He panicking, making bad decisions.
Put them all on one roster for NXT is 2 hours once a week.
I keep telling y'all, Vince is on cocaine, man. Vince is
and with all this new talent, about to come up, right? With the Gable kid from the Olympics, the Fatu boy,
you know,
Buchanan's son and all them. What are they gonna do?
They gonna put him and his brother as a tag team.
But what are they gonna do with all this talent coming up on 2 hours?
They signed Gable from the Olympics, Gable Stevenson.
Yeah.
But they tried his little brother is in that new NXT class with the Usos' little brother.
Yeah, but I think Gable's gonna be a heel.
Think so?
Yeah, because the way he came out at SummerSlam, like,
and they already
keep a straight face.
They also already signed the Usos' little brother. He's officially signed. So I think they're gonna bring him into the bloodline too.
Yeah, and Seth Rollins wants to train him too. He wants to train Gable. But I don't know.
They should really add Samoa Joe. They should really add Samoa Joe.
What, to the head of the table?
To the bloodline?
Yeah, I don't. They just.
Is he really Samoan though?
I think. I thought he was.
Is he really Samoan though?
Who, Samoa Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know with WWE, bro.
That's true.
No lie. This is the funniest thing. When TNA first came out, I was at my homeboy's house, and I was like, he watched wrestling. So I was like, yo, they got this new promotion called TNA. I was watching it, checking it out. This is like in 2005 or 6 or something like that. So I put it on, and it's me, my homeboy, and his friend. And then Samoa Joe comes out, and it was like Samoa Joe. So his friend was like, he's like, that nigga don't look Samoan. He's like, he's not Samoan. He's like, they pull some regular white dude.
He looks Filipino to me. He looks like Manny Pacquiao.
He's Polynesian.
Polynesian.
He's Polynesian.
Is that Samoan?
He's not Samoan?
It's in Hawaii. So it comes from Hawaii, and a lot of Samoans come from Hawaii or from
I know,
Samoa,
so Samoa Joe does sound better than Polynesian Joe.
They all look alike. They all look alike.
Because Samoans, Native Americans, they're Polynesian.
Polynesian Joe, they never sound good.
Alaskans, right? Alaskans
too. They're all descendants of the Samoa heritage in a sense. So they all look alike.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. But listen, if they put Joe at that head of the table, it's not going to be fair with the roster they have now.
But it's going to be perfect, man. It's going to be a dominant.
They're going to be like the all elite of WWE, man. Joe and Reigns and the Usos, and then you want to add Tamina and Naomi. Oh my God,
it'd be great. WWE never had an NWO.
Well, no, his family is.
Even though they had NWO, they never had one.
I mean, Nia Jax. I want to see Nia Jax join them.
So I wanted to see Nia, but I think it's really gonna be
Naomi, right?
Naomi, yeah.
She's gonna be a badass too.
All right, let me hit this. I'm gonna hit these comments.
Her as a heel, I'm about to say her as a heel gonna be fine.
All right, it says D-Star says all three of them done the splash off the top. Usos and Tamina when they were first together. Ethan Wick was laughing at my McMahon, Cocaine Joe. D-Star says Mark Hunt in the UFC is Samoan. Bring him down.
I don't like UFC guys in wrestling.
Ethan says yes.
He says not all of them paying out well.
Yeah, I didn't like Ken Shamrock or none of that.
What? You didn't like Shamrock?
Hell no, I ain't like no damn Ken Shamrock. All that screaming.
Shamrock was.
You mean in
WWE?
WWE?
Dope as a wrestler though.
Yeah, he was. He was pretty good. He doesn't have like a great he didn't have Mike.
I didn't like Steve Blackman. I was never a Steve Blackman fan.
Yeah, he was boring.
Yeah, Steve Blackman, Tank Abbott, all that stuff.
No, Tank Abbott was dope though, man.
Tank Abbott was not dope.
Come on, man.
Who?
Tank Abbott.
Oh, Tank was whack. He was
whack.
Oh, tripping.
Him and Goldberg was so ridiculous, bro. That was ridiculous. Him and Goldberg.
Sean, listen. We all got a superstar that we love and we think is dope, but everybody looking at him like, yo, this nigga's a joke.
Man. Yeah, like look at me, Luchasaurus. Everybody looks at me crazy.
Abbott was that guy.
No,
when I say Luchasaurus, everybody looks at me crazy.
Not everybody, just Jay.
Yeah, it's not Ethan looks at me crazy. Luchasaurus, come on, bro. Really, Luchasaurus?
Yo, he's dope. No, I gave him props. Luchasaurus is dope. He's dope. Yo, the guy is dope. I just hate his name. I hate his name. Jungle Boy, he's a white dude with an afro flipping around the ring. But listen, I kid you not. Listen, anybody who's watching, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are one of the greatest wrestlers. They great. Yo, they have great matches. I can't even lie.
Well, I think with Jungle Boy, he just didn't want to. He just didn't want to use his dad's name. I think that's
his dad.
Jungle Boy.
His dad is Luke Perry.
Will Perry.
No, Luke Perry.
Luke Perry, the actor.
Yeah, from 902.
From 90210.
That's his dad.
The one that died.
Yeah.
What?
They have. So remember when he was going against Omega, leading up to it, they were showing like all these vignettes about him and stuff. They showed a vignette of his dad. Scott Steiner.
This is like, yo, come on, yo, listen. But yo, Scotty was the man when he had those muscles, though.
Hey, man.
But Scotty had the best. He has the best promo of all time.
It got to a point where I thought Scott was getting too big, man. I was like, hold on, bro. This nigga will start flexing. It'd be like
muscle on muscle,
like the cartoons.
Yeah, I was like, nah, bro, them steroids.
And then his math didn't add up. His math still don't add up to this day. I watched that promo, and I calculated what he said. That did not make any sense at all. But still one of the best promos ever, though.
It was a TNA promo, or was it a WCW promo?
That was a TNA promo. He's talking about I can't even repeat what he said. It was just crazy. These numbers was ridiculous.
Yo, no facts, Ethan. Yo, he's one of the most underrated talkers in wrestling, and I mean to the point where he should have been on. Like, I would compare him with like the greats. Like,
he should have been an announcer, Scotty.
Yo, bro, he said he need to be a manager. Yo, Scott Steiner.
Yeah, Scott would be an ill manager for somebody like, damn, who would he like? Brian.
What is he doing now?
He's doing he does muscle videos, like workout videos.
He's doing workout. He said he's doing workout videos.
Yeah, like he does. That's the last time I heard him. He was doing workout videos, and he was like bad mouthing WWE, Triple H and stuff. Like he's always angry. Like he's still angry though. Like
that sounds like Scott.
He's still angry.
He means what he means. he means it too.
He was still angry. And Scotty went from doing Frankenstein to steroids.
Yeah, I remember he came with the Tiger. That's when he had the chainmail on his.
Yeah. Scotty was the man, yo. Scott Steiner was underrated, yo.
Yeah, he was underrated, yo.
Yeah, remember when he went to TNA and Petey Williams was trying to be like little Scott Steiner?
Yeah.
And he had the same joint.
Scotty was the man, yo. On the mic, he just had to say one thing. Big Papa, what's your hookup?
No lie though, he made Buff Bagwell who he was though. If you think
yeah. Well, they
Rick Steiner too. When Rick Steiner went solo, it was like, eh.
Well, Buff was saying it was the other way around. Buff was saying that Scotty wasn't really charismatic on the mic. Like Scotty was scared to get comfortable. So Buff would come out with him so that he could talk, and then he would always coach him on how to
I believe that because Buff was a good talker.
And then because
Buff was gold on the mic.
It was in that era that they were together where Buff was his manager that Scott got better.
Yeah, that's when Buff had that
like took off.
Yeah, he was hurt. Yeah.
But yeah, that was Buff was saying that. Buff was like, that's when I don't know if y'all seen Buff Bagwell's shoot interview, but he was shooting on Scott, but he was going in like he was mad. He was hot, yo. He was pissed. He was like, Scott Steiner, that mother effer, da da da. If it wasn't for me, there'll be no goddamn Scott Steiner. Like, yeah, bro, he was going in. He's like, that mother effer, da da da. I was like,
sound like he was talking with a drink in his hand.
Yeah. They, they always look like they sitting there with a bottle of yak or something, man.
I'm about to say, that's crazy.
Well, so where does WWE and AEW go from here? Like,
I'll tell you what WWE gonna go. If they don't get it together, they're gonna go right down the toilet.
Exactly what I was thinking in my head.
They need to get it together, and Goldberg is not the answer.
Goldberg is not the answer.
Vince was panicking last night. He was calling Sean and see if Sean could grow his hair back.
Hey man.
Asking Taker, how's the hip?
My thing is, who hasn't been on Raw that we ain't seen? Because it's gonna be a night of surprises. It's gonna be a night of surprises tonight. The same thing that happened after Punk. Like,
I put in the chat. I was like, yo, whatchamacallit? I'm gonna tell you, like, if Wade, like, they need to bring Wade back in the ring.
Is Wade even healthy?
Wade's healthy. He 100%. He's been 100% for like the last 5-6 years.
But is that why I thought he really, part of him, like when he stopped wrestling was because of the injuries of it. Won't just his contract being up.
Yeah,
his contract was up around the same time he was injured a lot.
Yeah, he dropped there was an interview he did in 2019. It's funny because I was looking him up online. I was like, yo, Wade need to come back in the ring. And in 2019, he was like, he said, he talked about leaving and whatever. And then he said, I'm ready to step in the ring. And he said this even when he came back to NXT. He said, anything's possible. He said, as long as the booking or the money's right, I'll step back in the ring. So he's just waiting on an offer from Vince. Or, if his thing.
I would love to see him and Samoa Joe.
I want to see him and Drew McIntyre.
Ooh.
I want to see him and Cesaro.
I like all three. I like both.
Yeah,
I like
yeah. All three would be dope. Facts. Josue says WWE is going in the trash. D Star says WWE just gonna do Roman and Lesnar again. Which
now I would like to see that right now.
Actually, right now I would want to see that.
Yeah, right now I want to see it.
With the Paul Heyman angle.
Yeah, Paul Heyman's gonna make that golden.
There's only 2 matches for Lesnar that I want to see: him and Roman, him and Lashley. After that, he can ride off in the sunset.
Right, exactly. He don't need to do nothing else. But I'm gonna tell you this though: if Roman fights Brock, he better not lose. I don't want to see Roman lose. I don't. Sorry, guys.
Well, I mean, the way they're building Roman now, with him beating Cena, and he beat Goldberg, he's beat Cena. I think it's building him up. He don't have to beat these people, but it's adding to the head of the table. It's adding to that whole persona. Yeah. So.
Yeah, The Rock don't got that stamina no more, Ethan.
I think they're still gonna do WrestleMania.
Think so?
I hope so.
Whether there's a title or not, they're still gonna do WrestleMania.
I don't think so. I don't think The Rock got it in him.
Ethan Wick says, as much as I love what The Rock is doing, as much as I love what The Rock did growing up, I definitely don't want to see him come back. Stiff movement and grasping for hair is not the way.
I can agree.
Says, best thing going to WWE was Bianca. Then they flopped and made her lose in 20 seconds. Oh, man.
29.
The best thing was Cesaro. They just buried him again.
You said they what?
The best thing was Cesaro, and they buried him again. It's like after he lost to Roman, it was like, we tried. It didn't work. Like, it's Vince, man.
So who do you think is going? All right, let me hit these 2 comments, and I'm gonna ask this question. They're going to bring back The Rock because they need ratings. Yeah, they
that's if The Rock wants to come back, bro.
Right. To be honest,
they got to pay him a big check. If the money's right, he'll come back. If the money's right, he'll come back.
Yeah, but how much?
Well, isn't he still? He's under like that Hulk Hogan lifetime contract still
with WWE or
Hogan was under. Remember,
Hogan was under a lifetime until he got racist.
Yeah, The Rock is under one of those. I think, to be honest with you, I think Cena has one of them Bobby Bonilla.
I hope not.
Ethan Wick says it'll be big for sales, but I don't think the match will be hitting on nothing.
Yeah, the only way the match will be hitting is like there's no DQ.
You got one of those.
Come on, man. That's my favorite wrestler, man. Nah, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ethan. I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, The Rock is the Muhammad Ali of wrestling. He's gonna come in there. He's gonna give you one of the best promos of your life, right? He's gonna build up the hype for the match, and then you're gonna go in there. You're gonna watch the match. And you're gonna enjoy the match. You know why? Because
do you know why the promo is gonna be great between them? Because
it's personal.
It's personal. It's family. Yeah. They're gonna bring family into it.
Yeah, Rikishi and all that.
Yeah, like I'm talking about, like the elders are gonna be there. It's honestly gonna be beautiful.
Yeah,
the match, the promo leading up is gonna make the match. It's gonna build the match up to where everybody's gonna watch it, and at that point, nobody's gonna care how the match goes because it's like we gotta watch the match regardless.
Right.
It's just The Rock is a WrestleMania season guy. So
D-Star. The Rock is just a short-term fix. Can't rely on him for the future. Yeah, I mean,
which is true.
He signed.
I think it's time for him to go in the Hall of Fame. They need to get. Well, I don't know what they're waiting for with that.
Like, while he is the short-term fix, you can work on the long-term during that time. So you can still build while we're focusing over here. They can still be building up the other guys for the future. So it could go either way for real.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, but that's how it works. It's like, you got the long-term guys. Rock comes in, he puts on a match for them to rub that star power off, to bring more attention to the person he's battling. So that way, when The Rock leaves, whoever was tuning in to watch The Rock can still watch that person that he went against. Is to bring that attention. But that's what it's about. That's what Brock was for. To rub off, to give that rub off, but that guy, oh Jesus Christ, man. I don't want to see Brock no more. I mean, I want to see his match with Roman. I want to see his match with Bobby. But after I want Brock to pass the torch. Like, just let it go. Let it go. Lose to Roman, lose to Bobby, and just leave. Just go chill with your millions of dollars that you made off of wrestling and UFC and everything else, man. Like, because I don't even think Brock want to wrestle anymore. I think Brock is like, he just want to chill with his family.
Yeah, I think they forced that.
Yeah, they gave him the right number.
Yeah, they gave him the right numbers. I think they brought him back earlier than what he wanted. He was gonna come back eventually, but not around this season. Like, he probably gonna come back around Royal Rumble time. Give me some time to spend with my kids and whatever.
All right, this is a great question. D-Star says, in your guys' opinion, who's going to be the main man in 3 years' time? I have two people.
What, in WWE?
In WWE or AEW? Or
what he mean, like the main man that's not the main man now?
Right. What do you mean? What do you mean?
He said 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, in 3 years. Like,
is it somebody that's not the main man now?
AEW, I think it's going to be MJF or Darby. It's going to be them two. It's not going to be It's going to be them two and Jungle Boy.
AEW, I think it's going to be
MJF, definitely.
Luchasaurus.
Because MJF.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's gonna lose the mask and come back as a different name, I think. I think it's gonna be Luchasaurus, Ray Phoenix. Damn, this is a tough one. I don't like Darby, bro.
Hostway says they brought back Brock and Panic.
Yeah.
In WWE, I think it's gonna be what's old boy name that's with the Street Profits? Montez Ford.
Montez Ford.
Oh yeah, when Montez goes single,
I think it's gonna be him. And WWE is gonna be him.
I think the top guy in WWE is gonna be Riddle.
It's gonna be it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Riddle, Ford, and Loomis.
Yeah. Yeah, Riddle, Ford, and Loomis. Yeah, I love. Yeah,
I think if they keep working with Keith Lee, he's up there. Him and Damian Priest are going to be up there.
Yeah, I forgot about Keith Lee too. I forgot
him
about
and Damian. As long as they don't, they're building Damian Priest up.
Right.
What's this been? 2 weeks since Keith Lee been on Raw?
I didn't watch last week.
Oh wow, I didn't notice.
Yeah, it's going. They doing the BS again.
But after I watched that interview with him, it wasn't them. It was him.
Yeah, I know, but how much of it was him though?
It's like and we were mad at them, but then he was like with COVID, he got COVID, then like this happened, it was just a lot of bad luck was happening to him like back to back. But my thing is, that's him. What happened with Mia?
Yeah, like come on,
Mia.
Yeah, I think as much as I don't like Darby, I think
unless she got COVID or something like that.
I think he will be the future. Yeah, Darby is the future. AEW.
You think it will be Darby, Jungle Boy, and MJF who are going to be like the top?
I hate MJF with a passion. I don't want it.
But that's why he's great, because you want to punch him in the face.
Yes, yo. I hope he gets punched.
When he was fighting Jericho last night, and he took Jericho's jacket and rubbed it between his butt and threw it. I was like, yo. That's that's a heel. That's it. That's what a heel does.
And when he took that fan sign and ripped it,
24 years old, bro.
Right.
24.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Down packed already.
Well, I just hope they don't cheer him when they come to New York, because he's from Long Island. So I hope they don't cheer him, yo.
Oh,
MJF, it depends on how many people from Long Island come out.
I doubt it. It's gonna be. They say it's the largest crowd they're gonna have, but Plainview, where he's from, is kind of far.
Josue says to answer D-Star's question, he says in WWE he sees Damian, Riddle, and Cross.
Nah, I think they're gonna bury Cross because he's got to lose that outfit.
Yeah, they're low, slow.
If Cross don't lose that sex chamber outfit, he ain't going nowhere.
But MJF, man, if AEW continue they just need to just continue doing what they're doing and building their characters, man. Just continue to bring in the star power. And you know what I'm saying? We talked about this before, and we know that. Like, that's the only thing that AEW was really missing was just the star power. Now that they got Daniel Bryan, they got Adam Cole, they got Kenny Omega, you know what I'm saying? You got the older stars, you got CM Punk, you got those guys who are going to bring in the viewers, and only thing Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Adam Page, Darby, Jungle Boy, all those guys that are coming, the only thing those guys got to do is just perform. All they got to do is just show up. Just show up and deliver. Just show up and deliver, and the rest will be history.
Because, like I said, even losing, you can still be built up, even in a losing match. Yeah. It's not always about the wins. I've learned that it's not always about. I know that just from like me being in battle rap now. Mm-hmm. It's not even about winning or losing.
Yeah. Are you a battle rapper?
I'm a league owner.
Are you a league owner? Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh, we got to talk.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
It's all about the wins and losses. I mean, it's not about the wins and losses, and even in wrestling, it's the same. Because you can still be built. You can build a story with somebody off of losing. You can lose every match to them until that very last match.
Yeah.
And you win the championship.
Right.
But they're building you up.
Right.
Throughout,
that's true.
Right. So.
Yeah, because it's all about the entertainment factor. It's about, can I get this person? Can I bring the attention? Can I get people to?
Can I get them over?
Right. Exactly. D-Star says, hasn't Riddle got heat backstage because he was bad-mouthing Roman in a recent interview? Yeah, I heard about that.
He didn't really bad-mouth. All he said he could beat him.
Yeah, he just said he could beat him in real life. That's all I think he said. But I think that's the thing about Riddle. That's what makes him a star. It's that thing about Riddle. Like I don't care, man. It's like Riddle has a careless respect. Like, he's respectful, but he's going to tell you the truth. Like, he's not going to sugarcoat it. He's going to be straight up with you. You know what I'm saying? But he's not disrespectful about it. But people don't like it because he's just honest, and they feel like because they have a certain status, you're supposed to treat him a certain way. And he didn't. I don't think he meant that comment to Roman disrespectfully. But Riddle is a trained UFC fighter. Like, this guy was like, you know what I'm saying, like on his way to possibly being a UFC champion. But had he not had that situation with Dana White, then You know what I'm saying? He probably would have been, I think it was light heavyweight or welterweight champion.
I think it was welterweight.
Welterweight, yeah, he was well on his way. And Riddle came from what that UFC show where they were training the UFC
Tough enough.
What, Bellator?
I mean, not Tough Enough. The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, the Ultimate Fighter. He came from that and he became he built a fan base. They was like, yo, his matches was good, yo, but he's a legitimate fighter. He's a legitimate fighter, and him fighting somebody like Roman in real life in a real fight. And it's funny because, again, I think we talked about this before, when Yoshitatsu had a fight with Sheamus. And Yoshitatsu, you look at Yoshitatsu, you was like, Yoshitatsu's what, 6'1", 6'2", you know what I'm saying? You don't really think too much about, his skill or ability. And you look at Sheamus, Sheamus is what, 6'3", 6'5", he's a big guy. And him and Sheamus got into that argument, and Yoshitatsu beat up Sheamus with one hand holding a blender in his hand. Sheamus threw the blender at Yoshitatsu. He caught the blender and beat him up with one hand. So, you know what I'm saying? Again, you can't underestimate people's abilities. Wade Barrett was a bare knuckle boxer. The dude, he beat up 5 guys in the alley after getting stabbed. They tried to rob him for his he won the bare knuckle boxing match. He was walking down the alley, 5 guys tried to rob him for his purse victory. His victory purse. He stabbed him, he beat the 5 guys.
Corbin was a Golden Gloves boxing champ.
We were 2 or 3 times, I think it was.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times, Golden Gloves. You don't these guys know stuff, man. So if Roman ain't that kind of guy, you know what I'm saying, that really has that kind of training. If him and Riddle, Brock wrestled Kurt Angle before Brock went over to the UFC, and they wrestled because Brock did wrestle All American, but again, Kurt Angle was a 2-time gold medalist, 2-time, right? So they wrestled. And Angle was like, yeah, he said there was a time that Brock tried to try, he tried to try me in the locker room, and he said I had to give him a spanking real quick. The dude wrestled with a broken neck, so you know what I'm saying. And Brock is a big dude, but Angle, you know what I'm saying, Angle's a gold medalist.
He knows things. Sometimes it's not about the size.
Word. Even Batista and Booker T. Booker T put them hands on Batista. Put them hands on Batista. Riddle was a star. He says Riddle was a star in MMA, but pissed off Dana. Just eventually he's gonna piss off Vince. He probably pissed off Vince.
Did he make Dana mad because he wouldn't stop smoking weed at the time?
Yeah. He still smoked. Anthony Price says Adam Cole and CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are the big 3 of AEW. James and Wade and Bosch.
Not yet. Let them have a match.
I get what he's saying, though. I get what he's saying.
The attention is big on them.
But the great thing about Adam Cole is he's not new to people who know the Bucks that know Omega. Yeah. It's not like he's just a WWE star coming in
this is old. This is Bullet Club all over again.
I watched BTE today. Bro, the way they did BTE, bro, leading up to last night, and this is the fastest they've ever dropped a BTE episode that included the pay-per-view. Usually the pay-per-view stuff wouldn't be until next week's. They did the whole, in the beginning of it, they did a seance. They were trying to revive their, bring back their dead friend. So they got mad at Omega because he did something. They blamed him for whatchamacallit being gone. So right at the end of the first part, Omega was like, it's been 4 years. I just want my friend back, man. And he was doing his fake crying, and then he gets up and walks away. They pan the camera down, and then you see some shoes walk up. They pan the camera up, and it's Adam Cole. It was the whole thing was fire, bro.
When was this done?
It was done before Sunday.
But they probably did it Saturday.
This was even before. It had to be Monday or Tuesday. Well, they could have edited it all together, so it could have been any time during the week. Because the way they did the timeline for the whole show was Wednesday when they did when they had the 8-man tag. They showed Rampage going into all of the stuff in Chicago, and then they showed the pay-per-view.
So they were supposed to do that at Rampage, right? There was a promo that they were supposed to show.
No. They were. So with BTE, it's just like I said, when Adam Cole was in a sense killed off before he went to WWE.
Yeah,
he was killed off on BTE.
Oh, okay.
So
the promotion.
them reviving him and bringing him back from the dead was leading up into Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
that was like years ago, right?
Yeah, they've been talking about Cole on BTE
now.
since he lost to O'Reilly.
Yeah, 4 years.
Mm.
And even in his interview last night, he said the whole time he was at NXT, he was still hanging out with them.
Yeah, you see it on Instagram.
He actually got in trouble for
posting a picture, right?
It was a picture he posted, and he was at like the Elite. They had like this huge cookout, and he was there. But a lot of people don't know. Like he said last night, he said some nights where he wasn't on NXT, he was down in Jacksonville, or he was driving up to Jacksonville. I said down. I was thinking he was driving up to Jacksonville during the pandemic, and he was backstage at a lot of Brits matches, at a lot of the Bucks matches. He was at AEW. Just a lot of people just wouldn't know because you don't know who's always backstage. Yeah. That's why I said him leaving, he was already gone.
Yeah,
mentally, he was already gone.
Yeah, that's like premeditated right there.
Yeah, like the only reason he stayed the extra 6 months he did was because of Kyle, and he said Kyle's one of his best friends. He wouldn't do that to him. He said he wouldn't have did that to Kyle.
Yeah, he did it. He did it. Yeah. Wow, so, that's premeditated. So they got a plan. They got a plan.
Yeah, they definitely have a plan.
Yeah, they got a plan.
They definitely have a plan. Like
they got a plan.
Anthony swindled us.
Anthony Price says, someone said Vince don't like a black person being champion. That's why you really don't see black people staying on top. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, so as of right now,
Lashley's on top.
Is the longest reigning African American world champion.
Yeah.
As of now. So
what's that? 6 months he's been champion? Like 6 months?
No.
7 months?
Yeah.
Is it 6 months?
Yeah, I think it's past 6 months.
Yeah, because The Rock really, if you really think about it, The Rock didn't have lengthy title reigns.
Yeah, to look who he's going. He had Taker, H, Stone Cold.
He had the belt a lot. They gave him the belt a lot.
Yeah, 7 times.
But he just didn't get long reigns in that time frame.
Right. Yeah, The Rock and what's that guy's name? Edge were the biggest transitional champions in WWE history. The Rock longest title reign was only 4 months. That was his longest title reign, was 4 months.
Damn.
My opinion on that is that Vince is a businessman. Vince is a businessman. So when it comes to the color of money, when it comes to what looks good, or when it comes to what sells, Vince is going to go for it. So do I think Vince is racist, or that Vince was racist, or race played an issue with him putting the belt on a champion? I think it did. But not so much on Vince's part. I think it was people in Vince's corner that was preventing Vince from doing so. They were trying to put the belt on Ahmed Johnson at one point, and they didn't put the belt on Ahmed Johnson because the people around Vince. Ahmed spoke about that in a shoot interview. Ahmed said that they were going to put the belt on him at one point, but there were people in his corner. The other thing is that when Vince put the belt on Kofi Kingston, Kofi's from Africa, that you get no blacker than that. Africa, the motherland, and the fact that he was the first Ghanaian, the first African champion, an African-born champion. If Vince wanted to make any bigger statement on how he feels about African Americans holding the championship, you know what I'm saying? Kofi was
but at the same time,
for him to go from Kofi to Bobby Lashley and what he's doing right now with Lashley.
How many African American world champions has it been? And do we count Roman Reigns as black?
Nah, he's Samoan. He's half Samoan and half white.
Is he half white?
Who's half white?
His mom's is white. Roman.
Yeah, his mom's is white, B.
Oh. His mom's white. He half white and half Samoan.
Okay.
The Usos is half white too, I think.
I thought they were fully Samoan.
Yeah, I thought they were too.
I don't know. That family's all mixed up. I don't know, man.
I mean,
Ethan Wick says Adam Cole probably going to remember being kicked out of Bullet Club and do the same.
That's what I said to Sean. I said, yo, he
yeah,
gonna come back.
You said that. You did say that.
I said he gonna destroy within, like how Randy did Bray. But last night he tricked us.
Yeah, it still can be done though.
Yeah, but I don't see it happening now with Daniel Bryan coming out.
It's still it still can be done in a sense.
Like if they would have held Daniel Bryan for a couple, I think it would have happened. But I don't see it happening now.
I want to know: does this put Britt Baker in the elite? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, they do need a female.
Does that put her in the elite?
Britt's the champion, right?
Yeah.
I like old girl that's with her though.
Yeah.
I
like her a lot. I like
no, not Rebel. No, not Rebel. Hater.
Jay Hater.
So she got 2 girls with her?
Yeah.
She got
faction.
The other girl that came out help.
Yeah. She was alright in the Battle Royal last night, so she got eliminated.
Yeah, I think
that's like Becky. She came back and got the belt. That was messed up. And then D-Star says, remember when Kofi used to speak in a Jamaican accent?
I do.
He lost that.
Yeah, he lost that.
So hold on. So when whatchamacallit come back, is he gonna come back with no African accent now?
Who? Apollo Crews?
Yeah.
He's gone. I thought I just saw him on SmackDown last week.
Was he on there last week? No, I mean because you know he's gonna. He
did a promo when I was watching SmackDown. He did a promo. He was still talking Nigerian. Yeah, he was still talking Nigerian. And then he had the big dude with him.
Oh, he still got the big dude with him.
Yeah.
Jamie Hayter, that's her name. Thank you. Appreciate
it. Jamie Hayter. Yeah, she's a beast. I love her too. But But I think you know what I think is going to happen?
AEW actually has some of the best
looking females. Yeah, they're getting thick too. They're getting a lot of the eating their oatmeal. Yeah. They really are eating their oatmeal.
I ain't gonna lie, I was happy Anna Jay came back, man. I like
I was watching that battle.
Anna Jay, oh my God.
And I was just like, yo. I was like,
Anna Jay put a little weight on, man.
But my favorite
who's the girl that wears the
My favorite is Jade though.
Nope.
Who's the girl that comes out with the she got the lace, like she has like the lace that crisscrosses around her leg.
Oh, that's from last night. That's
Stanley.
Yeah.
Stanley. Okay.
One side of her face is painted.
Yeah.
But my girl Jade, man, Jade's my favorite, man.
I never realized like so many of these women were in WWE until they show like I've seen like photos or videos of their matches that they've had, and I was like, yo, I don't remember them at all. Like Statlander was in WWE at one point. It was Chris something. She used the Chris part. She had like one match. Her and another girl that wrestles on Dark now. I forgot her name.
Who, the one that was in the Battle Royal last night? The one from Chicago?
She came with the first 5 girls.
The one from Chicago. They went,
Sky Blue. That's who it was. Her and Sky Blue were a tag team, and they wrestled the Iconics.
Yo, did anybody got any news about the Iconics? Like they get their green card back or something? I heard they was like.
I heard it. Wasn't they supposed to come to AEW? I heard one of them.
Their 90 days has been up, but
but I heard they got like traveling issues or something. I know Australia's on lockdown. I know that because I got. I don't think
they even know where they want to sign for real because they have the Iconics. Honestly, would be gold in TNA.
Yeah, but I know they're from Australia, right?
Yeah.
I know Australia's still on lockdown. Like, there's no flights leaving from there. My homegirl lives there, so
I think they would be so much better on TNA.
I'm sure Tony Khan could work something out.
That bunny one looks good from AEW last night.
Oh, the bunny is amazing.
Postway says they booking indie shows.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they were only doing indie shows right now. They just started.
So they're booking indie shows in Australia.
Oh, yeah, gotta be.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought they had actual citizenship here now.
No, because I remember they were saying something about passport issues with them.
Okay, so what happened with So Moxley took the belt from Zach.
Yeah, from Cardona.
Oh, bro, I seen that. I was like, and then right after the match, Nick Gage came out.
And confronted and challenged him. So they might do that on. I hope they do that on.
I've seen a lot of their matches, bro. Their early matches.
They're gonna kill each other.
I didn't know Moxley got like really is like.
He intense. Yeah, I heard about it.
Moxley's changing before our eyes, man.
No, Mox is going back to who he was before WWE.
Yeah.
He said the Iconics in the States.
Oh, they're in the States? Good.
That's what I thought. I thought they were in the States.
Ethan says boo. He boos them.
Who you booing?
Who the
Iconics?
He don't think you like the Iconics.
I don't like them neither though.
Hey man, they putting on a little weight. I like them now.
I don't like them at all. I don't like the way the one looks too manly and the other one is just.
I didn't like the dark hair one. I like the other one.
Says SmackDown is going to be amazing with the storyline, with the bloodline. Raw needs to be better.
Raw needs a faction, man.
So just like Roman said,
he don't like Mox.
Raw messed up when they got rid of the Hurt Business, and even Roman said that they messed up when they got rid of the Hurt.
Yeah, they need the Hurt Business back, and Keith Lee needs to join them.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
A new Hurt.
Keith Lee and Ricochet.
Wait, Ethan, you don't like Moxley?
Nah, he don't like. I think he don't like Moxley winning the GCW belt.
Oh, he like the. Oh, okay.
I ain't like that neither. I don't want that forbidden door to be open.
He definitely is put on a lot of weight.
He said Moxley. These stars said Moxley did enjoy Renee's cooking. He put some. Yeah, he did put some
muscle on.
Yeah,
I don't like that forbidden door being open to Moxley and GCW. They could leave GCW out of this.
Well, it's not open to GCW coming to AEW though. You gotta remember, they only did that one match with Nick Gage, just with Jericho. Other than that, nobody else. They don't show the GCW title on AEW or nothing.
Well, it looks like Matt Cardona might.
I thought he was gonna show it last night. No, but Matt didn't even show it in TNA. Even with TNA, he wasn't coming out with the belt.
His wife is still his wife is still there, right?
Wait, so he was.
That's weird because I thought Chelsea was actually signed with Ring of Honor.
But I remember him cutting a promo saying that my wife something about his he could wrestle with his wife every night or something like that. He was saying
it's weird. I think she was supposed to sign with Ring of Honor, and then at the last second, because Ring of Honor has showed her being a new signee, and then I don't know if it was actually official or not, but she's been on TNA since she's been back.
Yeah, I was enjoying that too. He was like the MJF of GCW, yo. They was gonna kill him. That crowd was gonna kill him that night. When he beat Nick Gage, I'm surprised he didn't have to get escorted out with guns.
I've seen that video, man. They were doing all types of drinks and hot dogs and whatever they could pick up. I'm surprised they ain't throwing no chairs in the ring.
They probably didn't have none left.
Because think about it. Anything. It's Matt Cardona, Matt Ryder, whatever you want to call him. Exactly. The God, Nick Gage.
Okay, so explain that to me. Explain why it was such a big deal.
Because Nick Gage is like the king of hardcore right now, yo.
That's like Mick Foley. Or no,
losing the edge.
That's like Terry Funk losing to Maven.
That was like Mick Foley losing the edge at WrestleMania 22, bro.
Oh man, okay.
It makes it just makes no sense.
Yeah, it didn't make no sense. That's like New Jack losing to.
But I like what they're doing with Moxley beating him for Nick Gage to beat Moxley because he's going to beat Moxley to get the title back. So I like that.
And that's going to be a bloody match.
Yeah, I like the story for that rather than Moxley coming in and beating Nick Gage and then Nick Gage beating him back.
I hope it happens on Dynamite.
So basically, Matt Cardona was a transitional champion. That's it.
Okay, so Nick Gage is Nick Gage is going to do the whole complete Indies thing. He's not a guy who's going to try
at this point. There's no point in him going up to anybody's.
Because he's so old.
No, because he's so. It's not the age. It's more or less like he's set.
His wrestling style.
Yeah, he's set in that hardcore.
Yeah, he can't put on a regular.
He can't put on a regular match.
He's like New Jack.
Yep. That's exact. You know what's crazy? That's exactly who he's like.
Yeah, he's the white New Jack.
New Jack couldn't wrestle for real.
No, he couldn't wrestle for nothing. He couldn't wrestle to save his life. He was horrible. Yeah.
Bro, if you think back on it, Mustafa couldn't wrestle either. He was just a big black muscle dude that used to be with him all the time.
What are you talking about?
Mustafa, the one that was with
him. That was a New Jack?
Yeah,
I ain't talking about. Yeah,
Mustafa couldn't wrestle either.
Yeah, Mustafa was horrible.
Ethan Wick says the reason her arm broke on SmackDown is because they found out her bones are allergic to the metal from the first surgery she had and never fully healed.
Who?
Ethan?
New Jack can't wrestle, Ethan. Don't do that.
What you talking about, Ethan? You talking about one of the iconics?
You know New Jack, yo, Ethan, come
New
on,
Jack
bro.
cannot wrestle.
Stop it, Ethan, stop it, bro.
Ethan, come on, man. Come on, you know
New
Jack
can
can't
fight.
wrestle.
The booger picker. Who the hell's the booger picker?
Who's the booger picker? Somebody got caught big in it.
Was it one of the Iconics?
What are you talking about? Green.
Oh, Chelsea Green.
Oh.
Well, she got caught picking the nose?
I missed that.
Only Ethan would see stuff like that.
Are they cutting Sasha Banks?
She might be pregnant.
I'm
thinking she's pregnant. I'm going with she's pregnant.
Right before the Bianca match, she has not been seen.
Yeah, I think she's pregnant.
She's been rumored backstage a lot, but just not anything on TV.
I think she's pregnant.
I thought her and the Asian dude weren't even together no more.
Asian dude?
Oh, he's saying no.
Mustafa used to dig his nose. Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh. I'm about to say, you never seen Bianca's Sasha's husband?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, they don't look like they should be together.
No.
Who, Sasha with an Asian dude?
No, they do. You got to see Sasha outside of wrestling. Like I've seen like videos and pictures of her outside of WWE.
Yeah,
they match.
Who, her and the Asian dude?
Sasha is a nerd, bro. Like
she is a nerd.
Like she really a playing game for real.
She's like anime down nerd.
I remember she was messing with the dude that made the uniform.
That's him.
He's Asian?
Yeah.
I thought he was black.
No, he looks like you.
Oh wow.
D-Star
says you guys sound like the New Day when you all went who at the same time.
We are.
Sasha is a nerd though. I agree with that.
I just get to be Kofi.
You know, I don't want to be nothing. I don't want to be part of no New Day.
You say you just can't be Kofi?
No, I want to be. I
don't want to be part of no New Day.
I'll be Biggie. You gotta be Xavier.
You know what? It might not be bad being Xavier. I might take that one, man. Xavier kind of cool, man. Xavier play video games, man. I relate.
He got his own.
Yeah. That's all I do anyway. Yeah.
She married to that dude. Yeah, she married to him.
Yeah, the dude that makes her costumes.
Yeah, I think she's pregnant, bro. I don't think she's I think she's pregnant.
She probably, yeah. I really wanted that match though. Man.
What, the rematch between Sasha and Bianca?
Sasha and Bianca, yeah.
Sasha was gonna win that too.
But I hated the fact that I hate it. I like Becky, but I just hated that. It
should have been a match.
It did.
It should have been a match. And if
Becky's not ready for no match.
If she wasn't ready for a match, then you go ahead and let Carmella come out and her beat up on Carmella. I just don't understand that.
Right. And just had a face off, right? They should have had a face
off. Yeah, if she's gonna lose it to Becky, cool. But let her lose it at the next pay-per-view or at
Survivor
Series in a match.
Right.
Build that up to a match, not just like it was just horrible.
It was, and she could have just came out after she beat Carmella and just challenged Bianca to like the next pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have just made more sense rather than.
When's Extreme Rules? Next Sunday?
Was that?
It might be.
I ain't seen them promote any matches for it yet. I don't think Roman doesn't have an opponent.
That's a good question. Yeah.
No, it's not next week.
He's fighting.
It's not next week because he's facing Balor Friday, right?
Yeah. No, it was this Friday that just passed.
Yeah.
Oh, he faced him already?
Yeah. And then, hey,
it was a good match.
Did you see the end of it?
I don't watch WWE no more.
Oh, you should have seen.
Oh, for real? You cold turkey? You went cold turkey?
Coming back.
Damn, man.
The demon is coming back.
Oh,
yeah. Right. Yo, that was the thing.
I said that. They need that.
Because he needs the demon to beat a lot of people. The demon can beat a lot of people.
All right, but listen, but check this out though. I think they're gonna put the belt on Finn.
I hope not.
I'm telling you, they're gonna put the belt on Finn. Why do you mean you hope not? Finn?
Because I want him to leave.
Nah, man, they need Finn.
I need Finn to turn heel and join the Elite, man.
Because they need it. They can't have that. I'm telling you, Triple H is in Vince's ear like, one of the biggest mistakes you made was letting Adam Cole go.
No, Aleister Black. That's what started it.
Like, these guys are part of the Bullet Club.
It was nothing they could do.
This thing started in Japan. It's been going on for the last, 7-8 years. Like, if you let the leader of the Bullet Club, the guy who started everything, leave your promotion and go to AEW, you're gonna have an NWO problem, and this time you might not recover from it. And
Vince because these guys are younger.
Not even that, bro.
Let him come back.
He can't let Finn go. Finn, even if Finn goes back to New Japan and goes back to the Bullet Club, him and Jay White would be a fire match.
It's a problem.
Put Finn back with God. Oh my God.
Finn and Jay White having a match. Oh my God. That's
a problem. But Finn going to AEW is a legitimate.
Anybody?
I think they messed up with not even trying to offer Jay White a contract when he was like, come on. Jay White is a problem, bro.
So Jay White wasn't offered a contract with AEW?
Nah, but I'm talking about WWE. They didn't try to even put their foot in the door with that.
Yeah. They definitely had. Everybody had a chance to really sign Jay White. He just chose to stay with New Japan.
It's the friend. They all choosing where their friends is at, bro. That's what it look like now. Everybody wants to be with their friends.
I mean,
we got some comments in the comment section. There's a question. Anthony Price says, "Do you think Alexa Bliss will be good in AEW?"
Alexa Bliss will be good working at McDonald's, man. She
no, that's a fact, bro. She's hilarious.
D-Star says, "I can't stand Becky, to be honest."
I love Becky, bro. I just hate that call.
They put Becky as a champ in Panic.
But why?
That CM Punk thing, man, that made them panic, yo.
I don't think that. But how did that affect your women's division, though?
I don't know. It's Vince, man. It's Vince.
And if you want to be real,
I'm telling you, watch.
Bianca was so over, that's how you know.
I'm telling you, Goldberg's going to come back sooner than later. Goldberg's going to be healed all of a sudden now.
I read an article about that. I seen an article. They said that they're trying to get Brock for they're trying to get Goldberg for tonight, and they're trying to get Brock for Friday. They said
Fox is not having that. I mean, USA is not having that. I'm sorry.
USA is going. I'm trying to tell you, they're gonna cut that contract real soon.
They're gonna be back on TNN.
They're gonna find a loophole real soon.
Yeah,
they're gonna be on Sci-Fi.
Hostway says Vince was scared and needed the star power.
But my thing is, Bianca was over.
Bianca
was
like there was nothing
over.
wrong.
So my thing is, Punk had nothing to. Now I can see if the whole Ruby thing, right? Because the way WWE used Ruby wasn't to her fullest potential, to be honest. The way AEW is about to use her is going to be you're going to really see her star power. Now, if you're looking at it like that, then sure. But bringing Becky back because of Punk made no sense. No sense.
Yeah.
He doesn't affect your women's division at all.
Yeah. Like,
you know what Vince need to do? Mm-hmm. He needs to take the leash off a T-Bar and let him go back to being himself.
Yes.
Oh, Dijakovic?
Yeah.
He needs to take the leash off that dude, maybe because Vince couldn't say his name, so he said, "You know what? You look like a T-Bar."
If he take that leash off a Ricochet, man. Jesus.
That he should have took that off. Okay, so with Ricochet, I don't know how much longer his contract is.
Who, Ricochet?
Yeah,
it's 4 years.
Oh damn! How far into that is he now? What, 2?
Yeah, I don't even know. I heard it was 4 years. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think he's been on the main roster like 2 though. So if it's a 4, he still got 2 left.
I think he signed a long-term deal.
I think he's wasting his prime. I'll tell you that.
Anthony Price says that won't happen. Roman is keeping his belt for a while. He's WWE's top seller and top dog.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think the fans are getting tired of Roman right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, at one point, Punk was their top seller. Cena was their top seller. Eventually, you gotta, even when you at the top, you gotta
lose.
Right, you gotta lose, or you gotta make room for somebody else.
You gotta make room for somebody else.
So you can have good matches.
Like they said, it's the Cena thing where you burying everybody.
Yeah.
Right. D-Star says Vince is probably phoning Hogan and Honky Tonk Man and the whole crew. That's exactly what Ant was saying.
That's what I was saying.
Yo, not the Honky Tonk
was on fire.
Don't be surprised if Triple H becomes an active wrestler again, yo.
I was watching an interview from like a month ago, and they were asking him about that, and he said it's still on the table. It's not
Yeah.
off. Him
Triple H,
wrestling,
right?
Yeah, him wrestling isn't off the table.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah,
He retired way too soon, yo. He stopped wrestling way too soon.
Yeah, he went into that corporate thing too quick.
He did.
And Vince, I think it has something to do with Vince. Vince got Stephanie there, and Stephanie said something to him. Like, think about your long term.
Right, and I think in the beginning it was, hey, we're gonna set you up to take the reins, and Vince in his old senileness is like losing it now because if he don't give that company to Triple H, or at least Shane.
Yeah, at least Shane.
I don't think Shane wants parts in it.
I don't really think he do either. I think he still does business stuff, but
I think he wants to be home more with his kids now, you know.
And even Stephanie, but I mean, I don't think Stephanie be at tapings as much as Triple H.
Yeah, I think Stephanie gonna stay home too because they got 2 daughters, right?
They got 3.
I think it's 3. Yeah, they got all girls though.
Yeah, so I think she's gonna stay home and Hunter's gonna be full time.
Yeah,
he's gonna run the women's division. He's gonna run everything. They gotta let him run everything. Him, Sean. Let the clique run the business, man. That's all they need. Just give
that's all they need. That's fact. Now,
give Nash and Hall and Park a job as trainers.
Listen, I've never. It was crazy because I'm watching. Like we was in the chat, we was talking. I think I was watching NXT last week, and I'm watching Roderick Strong's match against some dude in a yellow blazer. This dude wrestled with this blazer.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, who is that?
Who is this guy? But
he's like a pervert. He reminds me of a flasher.
I couldn't stop watching the match. I couldn't stop watching. I'm like, why am I interested?
He did a pervert move. Like he closed his jacket and then he opened it up. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, he kept going like that.
I'm like, he's a flasher.
He was like,
I'm telling you, that's Vince living his sex life through these wrestlers, man. Vince is living his sex life through these wrestlers. That's why Dolph Ziggler comes out with the straight hair now, looking like a porn star.
All right, so Anthony Price says rumors saying Randy Orton versus Lashley at Extreme Rules and Randy winning.
That's not a real rumor.
That's stupid. They shouldn't do nothing.
Yeah, that's
so there are 2 new members of the Diamond Mine that are going to premiere tonight.
Okay,
tonight.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Well, yeah, tomorrow because.
So there's gonna be 6 of them now.
No, remember, I thought one of them got released.
No, it was 4 of them last week.
Was it? Was this?
Yeah. It was the manager. It was a tag team, and it was an Asian dude.
Because remember, I was asking you like, when are these guys gonna wrestle? Like, they look so baby faced. Like they look like they was about to have a panic attack for being on camera.
Word. They look fresh out of high school.
How old this is what I'm looking at. I'm trying to find a dude that
It's 3 of them strong and the manager.
I know.
I was asking Sean, who are they? I'm like, Sean, who are these dudes, B? I never seen them before.
So Io Shirai comes back this week with
they have a tag match. Yeah.
Those belts are a joke.
They haven't defended the titles since
the NXT?
Yeah, the women's tag titles, they're a joke.
Yeah, that's a joke. I thought it was gonna be good. After Sasha and Bailey had them.
Jiro. That's who he wrestled. Jiro.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jiro's whole gimmick is about his coats. I forgot how it is, what it is about it, but every time he wrestles, he has these fancy blazers.
Yeah.
And
what is he, a valet driver?
He wrestles with the blazer on too. Jiro's actually pretty dope. I've seen some of his New Japan work.
Yeah, no, he's a good wrestler. No lie. I was like, why I keep watching this match? He was a great match. Like all together was still a good match. Him and whatchamacallit, Strong. It was a great match.
I stopped watching him when he started flashing them. I'm like, nah, this is getting crazy.
Ethan says, I don't see Vince giving a company to someone outside of his bloodline.
I mean, Triple H is married into the bloodline now, so it's a little different.
Yeah, you can say he's blood. It's been married for years.
Yeah, I mean that's his son. Like, let's be real. That's his other son.
D-Star says, would you recommend watching Raw tonight? Been a few weeks since I watched it, and it's been good. Not wasting 8 hours of my life.
No. I'm gonna watch just because I want to see what's different tonight.
Do not watch Raw. Go watch Dancing with the Stars.
Did this whole creative meeting? Did it do something for this? You know, from I don't know. Right. I just want to see.
Yeah, the effects of it.
Yeah,
bro, there's nothing they could do. I don't want to see Goldberg.
If that first hour isn't grabbing you, if there's nothing different in that first hour,
what we gonna have? Drew McIntyre versus the 3 Indians this week?
Oh man, they got to do something. They got.
What we gonna have this week?
I want to see how this is affecting Vince. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Sean. 100%. Like I want to see like what lessons are we learning? What's happening right now? Ethan says Dark coming on in 3 minutes. Oh, AEW Dark.
Yeah, go watch that.
But see, I can catch Dark at any time. It's on YouTube.
Yo, I know this is a side note. I watched the Iron Man match between Kenny and Pac. I watched their All Out match, and I watched.
Pac won that one.
They had some fire matches, yo.
Pac won one of those. I forgot which one it was. I think they won that All Out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Out. They had an Iron Man match on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had some good matches. Some dope matches.
Yeah, they had some good matches.
What's that finisher that Pac puts in?
Huh?
What's his finisher?
Who, Pac?
Yeah, Pac.
He got 2 finishers. He got a submission and he do the arrow.
Yeah, he does submission.
The way he was catching, oh man, the way he reversed the Kenny Omega tried to catch him with the one-winged angel, and he flipped around him. And yeah, man. But
that fallen angel off the top rope last night that Omega did was crazy.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
I never seen him do it off the rope like that. That was crazy. I thought Christian was about to die. So now he's too old for this.
Yo, they all look too old. All the older wrestlers, I was just like, yo, Punk, Jericho, Christian, yo, what's going on? Y'all looking old, man. I'm like,
Jericho did good last night.
I'm like, yo, come on, y'all. None of them doing any not one of them did a suplex. I promise you, like, not one of them did like maybe a suplex.
Christian took some bumps, man.
He took a lot of bumps though.
Jericho did too, though.
They did, but they wasn't really like doing any moves.
Punk didn't too much.
They took most of the punishment.
But that's
Punk took most of the punishment.
I think with Punk, it was just knocking that ring rust off also.
Yeah, because he was doing a lot of submissions.
I wasn't expecting a great match from Punk. Good, just not great. It was good.
I was hoping he pulled out the Anaconda Vice last night.
Yeah,
but I guess the GTS is a fan favorite, man.
Yeah, he had to put him to sleep. That was hard. That was good. That was good though.
The MVP of last night, man, Ray Phoenix, yo.
I gotta see this match. I gotta watch this match.
Ray Phoenix held his older brother down.
Hey, bro, that match was fire, bro.
Yo, I was at the edge of my seat. I'm thinking the Bucks is gonna win. I'm like, oh,
yo, they were dominating but at that point that they were dominating, in my mind, I was like, all right, at a certain point, it's about to turn. Yeah. And that's exactly what he did.
I'm like, nah, when I seen Pentagon's face, I'm like, oh,
right.
Man.
I thought it was over. When they
hit him
with the BTE.
When they hit him with the BTE.
I thought it was over.
I said, oh, and then here comes Phoenix out of nowhere. I said, it was over.
Yeah, that was match of the night.
Ethan Wick says Christian jumping off of the top.
Yeah, he jumped off the outside last night.
Yeah, that was dope.
But that match, I got to give it to Ray Phoenix, man. When he was in there by himself, that sequence he had.
Y'all believe in Ruby Soho? I'm gonna say yes.
No, I do not believe him.
I do. But you got to remember, it's creative, bro. If creative is not giving you anything to work with, it's not a lot. Because when they gave her stuff to work with, she was giving you great matches.
She gets great matches, but it was time for Jade, man. My girl. Time for my girl, bro.
I think Jade you have to, if you put the belt on Jade too early and she still can't wrestle, it's just like when WWE put it on.
Listen, Eva Marie can't wrestle.
On what's the UFC?
She's horrible. What's that?
The UFC chick they put the title on. What's her name?
Shayna Baszler?
No, hold on. What'd you say?
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, it's like when you put it on Ronda Rousey and she can't wrestle. It's the same thing. Like I would rather them build Jade up as a wrestler. I don't care if she goes 27-0 this year before she gets built. I need her to be get her wrestling skills up first.
That's facts. Because you don't want to see no corny main event.
Like, I can't look past her beautiness.
And I like her. That's the good thing. And I'm not saying it because I don't like her. I like her. I want her to be built up the right way. I wouldn't want her just to get the belt just because it's like, all right, we got.
Did you ever see how she looked with short hair?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
D Star says, I was hoping for the Pepsi plunge from Punk, but he probably was too old for that now.
He's definitely too old for that now.
Didn't he cover that tattoo up?
Ethan Wick says, he says the best match was Paul White.
Paul White and QT. Ethan, go to hell.
Yo, he needs to stop. I hope that's it, because them knees.
It's not. It's
really he walks like Kenny Smith.
What? I'm like, yo, why is he coming down to the ring? I'm like, why is he here?
Oh, you didn't know he had a match last night, son?
I know he had a match, but I'm just like, why is it booked?
No, Mark Henry's next. Mark Henry is definitely next.
Oh man,
they need to stop, bro. Listen, man, they got so much talent back there. Like, yo, why I book something else? Like, really, Paul White?
That could have been Sting. I'd rather Sting.
Yeah. Sting ain't wrestled in about what, a month now?
He ain't wrestled since that Scorpio. No, he fought 2.0 on Dynamite.
You know what? Yeah. I thought Sting was gonna put CM Punk in the Scorpion Deathlock and they were gonna build to something.
Nah, Sting's too old to be a heel right now.
I agree with that, D-Star, but I don't agree with it. She is the future of the women's division, but I do think Ruby beating her builds up a lot.
Yeah, it builds up for Jade.
Yeah, not just Jade, but it just builds for a lot. I mean, even though we didn't like Bianca losing, it builds up for so much. Like it was still stupid. Don't get me wrong, it was very stupid, but it builds up a nice rivalry with them two. You still got her and Sasha that can be built, title or no title. So I don't think Ruby beating Britt when it happens is gonna be anything.
It's not gonna happen, bro.
No, it is. It definitely is.
It better not happen.
Eventually Britt got to lose to somebody, and
Jade.
There's only 3 people.
D-Star says Paul White was the toilet break match before the main event.
Yeah.
But there's only 3 people. There's only 3 people Britt can really lose to: Ruby, Jade, and
the girl she faced last night.
Thunder Rosa's the other one.
I hate her too, bro.
But them two have history that's slowly being built. So
they need to give Kiera Hogan her push, man.
Bro.
How long has Britt Baker been holding the title?
Not long.
She just won it not too long ago.
Maybe 3 months now, 2 months.
3 months ago?
She won it at the last. I think she won it on Dynamite, right?
No, it was the last pay-per-view.
So that's like every other month they have a pay-per-view.
Yeah, but they do need a strong female presence, though.
Yeah,
they're getting there. They're getting there.
They honestly, if you're new to the product, it's like you're just seeing it. Mm-hmm. But they've really been building Anna Jay until she got injured.
Yeah, until she got hurt.
Tay Conti was being built.
Yeah.
Even the Bunny is being built.
Penelope Ford
is being built. Like
Big
they
Swole.
are really building. Yeah, even Big Swole, even on Dark. Like that's why I say, even if you watch Dark, even though it's on YouTube, a lot of their women wrestlers are being built there.
Before even that little short midget girl. They got.
I was just about to say, Layla,
the midget.
What's her? Yeah. It's Layla something. But yeah, even with her, she's actually dope.
She reminds me of a little boy.
She reminds me of Ronda Rousey a little bit though.
She reminds me of a little boy.
She wrestles a lot better. Her and Shayna would be a fire match.
Hostway says Sting just there for backstage and the build of Darby.
And a paycheck.
Ethan Wick says, I don't see Ruby pulling it off. AEW wants DMD versus
Thunder Rose too.
Thunder Rose too. Yeah, they do.
Anthony Price says, I think the Street Profits just need to give it up.
They was on TV last week. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're building them up to fight for the tag title.
Yeah, to fight Usos. That's going to be a great rivalry. It's going to be a New Day Usos part 2.
D-Star says Paige as the Joker in that match would have.
She's still is she? If from what I know, she's still not cleared to wrestle.
Yeah, Paige is done now.
Yeah,
Paige
Layla.
How's she supposed to be coming back though?
She better do porn.
She wants to do. She wants to wrestle, but I don't think she's medically cleared. Oh yeah, and I don't know if you guys, any of you seen that interview. To remind me of how I want to clap. Yo, Ethan is dumb, bro. But Punk said AJ is never coming back to wrestling.
Yeah, she's chilling.
Yeah, her neck. Yeah, he said her neck. He said her neck still isn't
100%.
Isn't 100%.
Yeah.
He said he don't. He said he don't care if it's 99%. He's not.
Yeah, she's not coming back. You're going to get her pregnant and leave her home. That's it.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
That's what I would have been there. I would have got her pregnant 7 years ago.
Right.
I don't know what these guys is thinking. Like Jay Cargill, she would have been pregnant first day she came home. Me.
That is stupid.
All right, guys. We gotta go. It's been 2 hours. Guys, I thank you for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I'm your host, Saheem the Dream. Next time you catch us live, please drop a comment in the comment section below, and we will post your comment up and we will respond. Also, please join us as we discuss these topics. Wrestling is getting hot right now. We got some things going on right now in AEW. We're trying to see what the effects are from what AEW is doing with their acquiring of brand new talent. And also, we're going to be watching Raw tonight to see what happens. So, guys, join me live as we go live tomorrow. We're going to go live tomorrow, 7 o'clock. And Sean, please return with me so we can go back in.
Yeah, I'll be there.
And if you watch, man. Don't be watching dancing.
I'm about to go to a barbecue.
You said you about to go to barbecue?
Yeah, I'm going to watch on my phone.
All right.
Man, I swear New York, the only place that have barbecues at like 8 o'clock at night, man.
Right. And you gotta go to work in the morning, like 7 o'clock, and a barbecue in like 4 in the morning.
Right.
Yeah, right. Facts. But guys, thank you for joining us. Once again, I'm your host, Saheem the Dream.
And I'm All Elite Ant-Man, aka Kenny O'Thanos.
Dark Order number 00.
Yes, sir. And we will see you guys later. Peace.